We hate those teals. The teals stole our precious. You know. And the teals are sitting there having a great time. Yeah. They hate us. Like, some of us they hate more than others.
I wanted to get the healthiest option, so it's matcha. It's also the closest colour to teal that I could get. How many hours a week would you say you are here on average?
Days here are long. On a sitting week I'll be here by 7 and I'll be here tonight till like 9:30. The Canberra Bubble is really a bubble. It's a strange place where you live a really incredibly intense, busy life just for 4 days at a time. That's about. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll be ready when you get back.
Thank you.
Have you found a bestie?
Look, I'm really good friends with lots of the Teals. And then, you know, people like Bob Catter and Jackie Lambie and Helen Haynes are really good people, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them.
That's a dinner I want to go to. Bob Catter, you, and Jackie Lambie.
It would be a really good dinner.
Yeah. 3 words. Can you describe the Prime Minister?
Genuine. I think, grassroots, is that a word? Can I use that? Grassroots?
Sure.
Well-intentioned.
Can you give me 3 words for the opposition leader?
I don't think he likes me very much. He's actually got a nice voice. I'll say mellifluous, so he's got a nice, deep voice. It's quite nice. I'd also say dissatisfied, because I think he's not happy with the position he finds himself in.
What's it like being a woman in Parliament?
It's probably a very different thing being a woman in this parliament than in previous parliaments. This is the parliament with the most women ever. There are some men in the House who are sexist and misogynists. At least one of them has hissed at us. There is a tendency, I think, for some of the men, some of the older men, to underestimate the women. Now, what they're going to learn eventually is that they do that at their own risk, because the women in that parliament are pretty, across the board, Labor, Liberal, crossbench, we're pretty formidable women.
So the Teals.
Teals.
Do you have brunch together and things like that?
Actually sharing an apartment with 2 of the Teals as well, so we see a bit more of each other than probably some of the others do. So it's Kate and Kylie and I are sharing an apartment.
Do you think the government has done enough on climate change?
I don't think the government's done enough on climate change. So it has set a target for carbon emission reduction of 43% by 2030. But the IPCC and pretty much all of the climate change experts have told us that we need much more than that. We need 65% minimum. So it's not like with climate change you just dial something down and say, right, we're going to go from 50% to 45%. There's a huge number of pieces in that puzzle. And so it's important for the crossbench to come up with constructive ways to work with the government to exceed that target.
So you've made it to the top of your field as a paediatric neurologist. What are your ambitions in politics? Straight to the top as well?
The reason why I left it and became a politician was just that I couldn't live with myself with the frustrations that I had in the world that we were living in. My daughter, who's turning 22 today, I wouldn't let her work in this place because it's become an unsafe workplace for women. And that's terrible for the Parliament House, the most, in some ways, the most important building in this country. Who else?
Well, we actually spoke to Michelle yesterday. She was
Michelle
our first. Yes.
Oh, isn't she a darling? Isn't
Yeah.
she? She's so funny. I love her. So I hope she said that I was her friend.
I can't
She didn't
remember.
mention me. Right, okay, she's dead. She's dead to me.